Merhaba tekrar. Hello again. Nasılsınız? Benim. Teşekkürler. Okay, today, this is one that I do not know. I do not know the parts of my body. I know, what do I know? Hand? I know a few things. Sorry, I do know a few things, but these are things because we don't talk about the body every day. So it's hard to remember. So let's have a look. Now, don't get thrown away. This is just to see if you can have a guess for these ones. Baştan ayağa, from head to toe. So bash, head, tan is from. We're going to learn that later. Ayak is foot, but then they call your toe foot finger, by the way. I think that's common in a lot of languages. And then put the a at the end too. Okay, let's look. Let's read and see if we can match these up. A. Mavi gözleri var. Okay, you know mavi. You know var. In this case, var is ownership. So has rather than there are. Gözleri, do you know gözleri? I think we did this with sunglasses. No, we didn't. Anyway, gözleri are eyes. Hangi resim? Which picture? Resim 2. B. Başında şapka var. You know şapka from the last lesson? Can you guess? Evet. Resim 4. He is wearing a hat on his head. Başında şapka var. C. C. El sallıyor. El is hand. Sallıyor, which I didn't know, is waving. So that's a one for me to practice. El sallıyor. Resim 3. Tabii ki. D. Ayaklarını sıcak tutuyor. Again, you can guess this one from ayaklar. Where can you see feet? Evet, resim 1. So this means, okay, ayaklarını, feet, sıcak, warm, tutuyor. Tutuyor is like, it's kind of like holding, so it's not a literal translation of she's keeping her feet warm, but it's the way to say it in Turkish. And then just to reiterate, the baştan ayağa, from head to toe, in Turkish it's actually from head to foot. But I guess foot covers your toes as well, so that's how we'll look at it. Right, now I know some of these, some I do not know. I'm going to read them. I haven't put the English, but I've just put the correct number in the correct order, so you have to sit down and practice these. Okay, resim 1, kafa or baş. 2 words for head. I think baş is more commonly used, and you will hear it also for like head of state, head of a company, etc. Kafa, I think, is more about the mind, but we'll worry about that. Just know those words. Baş is probably more commonly used. Resim 2, göz or gözler, eyes. Resim 3, burun. Resim 4, kulak. Resim 5, ağız. I never remember the word for mouth, ağız. Resim 6, boyun. Never use that word in my life in Turkish. Resim 7, omuz. Also never used. Resim 8, kol. Now, this one I do remember because kolum, my arm. My dad's name is Colum. That's how I remember kol, kolum. Okay. Kafa or baş, göz, burun, kulak, ağız, boyun, omuz, kol. Okay, lots of vocabulary today, but you can do it. Okay, resim 1. El. Do you know anyone called El? Try and relate her to a hand. Resim iki. Parmak. Finger. I gotta learn that one. Resim üç. Karen. Do you know any Karens that always have a bad stomach? That might be a good way to relate it. Karen, stomach. Resim dört. Ayak. So we remember ayak, foot. Ayaklar, feet. Ayakaba, shoe. Resim beş. Ayak parmak. Or ayak parma. Possibly better Turkish. But just learn it like this. Foot finger. So parmak finger, ayak foot. Ayak parmak. Ayak parma. Foot finger. Resim alta. Bacak. Bacak. I can never remember that one. Bacak. I gotta practice that one. Resim yedi. Diz. Dizzy. How can we relate that to a knee? I don't know. Resim sekiz. Arka. Now I know arka sinda, I think is behind. So it's coming from there. Back, arka. Okay, one more time. El. Parmak. Kadın. Ayak. Ayak parmak. Ayak parmağı. Oh, what's leg again? Burun? I've forgotten that. No, bacak. Bacak. Sorry, bacak. Diz. Arka. All right, I'm going to test myself here. Bir. Kafa or baş. İki. Göz. Üç. Burun. Dört. Ağız. Beş. Kulak. Altı. Boyun. Yedi. Omuz. Omuz, I think. Omuz, maybe. Sekiz. Eight. I don't know what elbow is, but maybe that's just kol. Yeah, arm. Kol. Kolum, my arm. My dad. Dokuz. Karın. On. El. On bir. Parmak. On iki. 12. Bacak. On üç. Diz. On dört. 14. Ayak. On beş. Ayak parmak. On ayak parmağı. Ooh, okay. Now, will I remember these tomorrow? Is another story altogether. So you've got the words there. You've got the vocab, hopefully, in your head, in your bashin. So let's practice. So again, remember we practiced ownership in the last one. So essentially, if you're trying to say my blah blah, put an at the end. Başım, kafam, my head. Gözüm, burnum, ağzım. Okay, so look at burun is nose, burnum. So they drop the vowel in the middle. Too many vowels, basically. I like that. The same with ağız, ağzım. They drop that vowel in the middle. Makes life a bit easier. Kulağım. Now that's one with it. Kulak is ear. Those K's, what are the other letters? K is the big one where it's gonna turn into a yumuşak g. So kulak, but kulağım. Boyun, boynum. Omuz, omzum. So that's the biggest one, I guess, that changes as well. So the boyun, the U is dropped. Omuz, the U is dropped. And then num at the end. Boynum, omzum. What else have we got? Colum. Remember I said my dad's name? Colum. Here's another word for stomach, mide. Think of your middle. That might be easier to remember than your Karen. So midem, karnım, karın, but karnım. Elim, parmak, parmağım, bacak, bacağım. They just don't like those Ks, I guess. They could just say parmakım, but I guess maybe it sounds a bit harsh. Parmağım, bacağım. Dizim. Again, another one, ayak, but ayağım. Ayak, parmak, ayak, parmağım. And then we've got, what have we got? Back. I forget what number 15 is. I can't see it now. Back is arka or sırt. So arkam or sırtım. Okay, so some common holiday problems. I've put the English on top there. I've put the Turkish underneath for a change. So karnım ağrıyor. In my stomach, basically. Ağrıyor. So they use pain as a verb here. In my stomach, it is paining, is a literal translation. But I have a pain in my stomach. Jane has a tattoo on her arm. Jane'in, her arm. Kolunda, on her arm. Dövme, or to be honest, you can use tattoo. Tattoo. Var. So Jane has a tattoo on her arm, but the literal Jane'in. Jane has kolunda, on her arm. A tattoo, has. The next one, my feet hurt. Maybe you've been walking around. Ayaklarım ağrıyor. So hurt, pain, same. Jack'in başı ağrıyor. Bad head, pain again. This is a funny one. Your face is red. So they don't say, we haven't done face. Anyway, say, your face is red. They actually, in Turkish, they'll translate it as your face is fried. So yüzün kızarmış. Let me check, is that right? Yüzün. Let me double check. I think I've got that right. Yüzün kızarmış. Yes, your face is fried. And yüz has three meanings. Well, three meanings that I know of. Yüz is face. Yüz is swim. Yüzmek, to swim. And yüz is 100. Just so you might see that word a lot. So whatever you want to say, that's pain, that hurts, that's sore, ağrıyor. My blah blah ağrıyor. Karnım ağrıyor. Başım ağrıyor. Now, I've just done a quick reminder there. So benim kolum, my arm. Benim kolum ağrıyor. My arm is sore. Senin kolun ağrıyor. Your arm is sore. Onun kolu ağrıyor. His arm or her arm is sore. So just as a quick reminder of the, I guess, ownership ones. Ağrıyor. To be honest, I didn't know this. I should know this. I should have known this, but I didn't know this. So now I know. Okay, I think we're nearly done. Yeah, I think that's definitely enough of vocab for one day. So that's been really good for me because I knew some of them, but I didn't know all of them. Okay, so, and now ağrıyor is in my head. So let's go with that. Okay, well done today. Keep practicing. I think we're just going to do one more lesson, one more video for now, and then it'll be over to you to get practicing. And then maybe after the summer, I'll get back and we can do the next stage. All right. Görüşürüz. Kolay gelsin. Take it easy.